Were you a delinquent? Like, when you engaged in delinquent-ass activity, he said, don't do this, and you did it anyway.
Well, what I thought was weird was that he would always say, COVID's not real, I don't believe this, blah, 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 blah. And then when there's like, I'm going out, he's saying I can't go out because of COVID. But then he's...
Yeah, these are all justifications, though. I mean, what I'm asking you is not how you felt about it.
Yeah.
I'm asking you the opposite. I'm saying, did your old man put down tons of restrictions, which you broke constantly?
Yeah.
Yeah, so then it's a pattern of behavior, right?
Well,
so
yeah.
He gets fed up, he says, out.
Yeah.
So how is that? Wait, so the thing
but
is,
I think,
here's what I don't understand, though, right? Mm-hmm. It's like we start the story with my dad, monster. Okay, this guy smoked a joint once, and this psychotic son of a threw me right out the door. And then we get into the story. No, that's not really what happened. What happened is, over time of you doing delinquent and disobeying him over and over and over again, his breaking point threw your ass out.
but he didn't give me a warning. I can't.
Why does he gave you 100 warnings? How many times did you break his rules?
He didn't say he was going to kick me out.
Yeah, but why? But here's the thing, right? It's like, how much of this is your responsibility for what you did?
All the actions I took are all mine.
They're all you. So it's like, why is he obliged? You're a week away from 18. Why is he obliged to just consistently put up if he doesn't want your behavior?
I mean, he could have been like, hey, like one, then blah, blah, blah.
You would have still done it, though, right?
No, I wouldn't. If he said one more up, I'm just...
But if he tosses you out, right, go get a taste of the real world. And then you realize, well, wait, maybe the grass wasn't greener on this side, right? Like, you don't think your dad hates you. You think he loves you, right?
I mean, last thing I said to him after I got kicked out was like, I said I, like, want to kill myself. And he said, him and my stepmom said, do it then. Like,
and did you?
No.
So he saw it as a form of manipulation.
Yeah, but like...
And it was.
I mean, then,
and it
well,
was. It was a form of manipulation, right?
I mean, then 2 years later, I overdosed and had a heart attack. So then...
Yeah, but ODing is not the same as you trying to intentionally off yourself. You can accidentally OD, for instance.
It was purposefully.
Okay, so 2 years after this, okay, which,
or like a year.
And I'm guessing it's unrelated to this event.
Well, probably because my dad, like, never talked to me or checked up on me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got to go get a taste of the real world, right?
Yeah, and I got my own car. He took away my car.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got my own car 2 weeks later.
Yeah, you had to experience consequences.
Metro Matt donated $200. Oh no, it's the consequences of my own actions.
Oh my God.
Get them, Andrew. This should be like work for you. Brian, stop eating the burrito behind the scenes.
Yeah, I'm not even trying to beat you up. I'm just trying to.
Well, I know.
I'm just trying to look at it from the other angle here too, right?
Yeah, as I'm 22 now, like, I understand.
Yeah, so the thing is like consequences, right? Meet your maker, right?
But I also thought that it was weird how just because me and my dad didn't have a good relationship, when my grandpa died, nobody told me except my grandma, and then I also wasn't allowed to go to the funeral because he thought it'd be weird because we were on bad terms.
Yeah, because you were on bad terms.
So how would it be weird?
Where's the humility? Where's the like showing up? Like, what about this? Have you ever tried this? Have you ever tried to show up and say, hey, look, Dad,
yeah, I did.
And I'm really sorry.
I did.
And it's not going to happen again.
I did.
You did. And what does your dad think about OnlyFans?
I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't sound. It does. You don't know.
No,
you don't know what your dad thinks about OnlyFans.
I don't know, but like I don't know exactly what.
So if you show up and you're like, oh hey Dad, I probably put myself out online for random strangers to give me money while they see my naked body, but you know what? I'm really sorry about all the stuff I did. You think he thinks you're serious?
Sorry about like the actions I've done towards him?
Yeah.
I don't know how that's related to what my job is.
Because you are the bearer of your family's name. Do you think your dad wants his family name dragged through the mud? Here's my daughter. Oh yeah, by the way, you can go look at all of her nudie pics online. It just cost you $9.99, Chuck.
Well, maybe I wouldn't have done that if I was sleeping in my car. It's like 18 years old.
Maybe you wouldn't be sleeping in your car if you hadn't been monumentally making the mistake of not following the rules of your home.
Well, it's both of our faults, not.
I don't think so. It sounds like it's your fault.
No,
sounds like here's the rules. You broke them consistently over and over, and he 86'd your ass. He said, "Get out!" Right? He said, "Get out.
Yeah.
Go out in the world."
And I'm low-key glad he did that because I meet a lot of people my age and they don't know how anything in the real world works.
That's right. They don't.
Yeah.
And so he gave you a good taste of that. And but I'm gonna tell you this. If you drop the OF tomorrow, all that shit tomorrow, you went to your dad and you said, "Listen, up, and it's not ever gonna happen again." It would be reconciled 5 seconds. I bet you anything.
No.
I bet you would.
You don't know him.
He's just a man.
You don't know him.
Okay. Well, it sounds to me this is a story I hear often, right, from young women. It's like, I'm a victim. Oh, my horrible father did all these horrible. And then you get into the story, and it turns out, well, actually, I was a shithead, right? I tried to get revenge. I broke their shit. I TP'd his house and did horrible things to him because he made me face the consequences of my actions.
No, that was because he made my sister cry. I vandalized because he made my sister
Yeah, I know. But here's the thing, right? It's like, it seems like it's kind of this perpetual war.
I am taking accountability.
How?
I literally said all the actions I've done are me.
They're based on you. So how's it his fault? You say it's both our faults. It's your fault.
It is my fault.
It's your fault.
But it is also
It's not also. It's just your fault. You f***ed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
There's no also. Stop that part. Okay. Just me. I f***ed up.
There's like people react, and when you're a 17-year-old girl, you're literally not even an adult yet. So, you
were a week away from being 18.
But you really think an 18-year-old is like actually an adult? Like,
you think
legally they are, but do you expect them to act that mature?
If you're willful and disobedient inside your father's home, what other recourse does he have but to say, go taste the world? And then when you do, and you realize how awful it can be without dad's protection, perhaps you'll come around.
Maybe it's because when I was like 10 and like having a tantrum as a kid, normal 10-year-old thing. Maybe regular timeout would have been cool, but he literally taped my mouth shut, taped my arms behind my back, taped me to a chair, and put me in the garage for the night.
Okay, well that's different.
So that's probably why.
That's a threshold delineation now.
Well, I'm just gonna intervene. This is obviously making her uncomfortable.
So what? So what if it makes
what
a person
what I'm
uncomfortable?
saying is
hang on. Why does everybody need to intervene for an uncomfortable conversation?
No,
it's going to be uncomfortable.
She's
fine. It's fine. Let us finish the combo.
It's just
really quick. What's the purpose of your intervention? Is it to stop the conversation?
No. I'm just saying that. Okay, you're making the point that she did a lot of things and she faced consequences. Her dad forced her to face those consequences. Yeah. But we're also hearing little snippets of how her childhood was not the best, and she was not treated. She was not treated the way she should be treated as a child. 1 second ago,
we started to hear this.
Yeah, but
because we're peeling back the onion, and
that's
now
what I'm doing, right? And so now we're getting into the heart of the conversation. I'm not excusing that.
I'm not like.
Listen, I'm not excusing that. That's a whole different level of shit, right?
So I think that.
But kids act out because they don't feel loved.
Because he treated me like that as a young kid. Because of his actions, that's probably why I acted out as a teenager.
You learn about this in like child
Is
psychology.
it? Why do you act that out as a teenager?
Because I finally had freedom to do anything. Like I had a car and I can do stuff.
So was it because you taped your arms behind your back when you were a kid, or is it because when you felt like you could do the thing you wanted to do it, and you did it?
Yeah, because I'm finally
wanted to do
my self.
Yeah.
I think
without
Oh, go ahead.
You know?
I think that there's still accountability for being like a father and providing a stable relationship with your daughter. And if she acts out, to provide a punishment that fixes the behavior, not worsens it down the line. Like, I don't really agree with extreme corporal punishment and things like that. And there's literally psychology and
but we're not talking about extreme corporal punishment. It's not corporal punishment to set boundaries inside of your home, and if a person does not adhere to the boundaries, you don't allow them to be in your home anymore.
I just mean in this specific example, the relationship and the upbringing that she may have had was not a regular, stable relationship. It's harder as a young person to know how to feel, how to express yourself when you are taught that it's met with negative
outcomes. I get all that, but the thing is we literally learned about the taping of the arms and shit 1 minute ago. So before that, the idea here was only that these were consequences which were set down for the actions that you did. Notice with let's just call it the female machine, right? The female machine seems to operate on feel bad for me, feel sympathy for me, nothing I've ever done, I need to be accountable. Hang on, let me finish and then you can respond, right? Feel bad for me, nothing's my fault, I've never done anything wrong. All of this I have an excuse for. Look, here's my excuse. Let me pinpoint this excuse. This is what I hear kind of time and time again. It's really interesting So I would just ask this. Out of all of you who are here who are making pornographic content, right? Is this really just like, fuck dad, he's a piece of shit, and I'm going to go show my vagina on the internet to teach him a lesson? Is that what it's about?
No, I tried to not do it for like a year while I was in school, and it was really hard doing, what was it, like 40 hours a week of school, 10-hour days, and then 2 days of the week doing 8 hours, so I had 1 day off a week.
Yeah.
And then I'd be falling asleep in school, and like, that's not good when I'm cutting hair. It's not just studying, like I'm dyeing people's hair and cutting people's hair. I don't want to mess that up. So then I finally went back on OnlyFans, and then
I mean, sure, but you're hardly the only person who's ever gone through cosmetology school. This is not a rough school to go through, right? My wife's a cosmetologist. It's not a hard thing to go through. It's not like this master level difficulty of just,
What school did she go to?
Somehow she was able to get all the way through cosmetology school while taking care of her grandmother. Well, I'm not going to name the school because I'm not going to dox any of that, but yeah, she went through cosmetology school while taking care of somebody who was invalid in her family. She never had to sell her vagina online, right? These things are not necessary prerequisites. In other words, like you being tired in school, you working 40 hours a week, like, okay, yeah, that's normal. That's normal, right? Most people don't revert to selling nudes of themselves
because
in order
I already
to compensate
did
for that. Right.
Sell them, so I was like, well, they're already out there, so why don't I just go back?
That I understand. I understand the motivation of money. I want money.
Yeah, and then it gives me the free time to put my time and effort into things that I actually want to do, like, hey, get clients, do hair, I'll throw events, I DJ and make music, like and I paint, like I do a lot of things, but I just want to have the free time to put my time into things that I want to use to grow my future. I don't know.
So then the question just becomes, is it because you do these things because you want to, or is it because you do these things because of some trauma? Which is it?
I do it because I want the free time.
Because you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then I'm not off base here when I say, okay, when we come to the responsibility of the action, the actual action, you say, okay, that's on me. But then immediately point to these other things and say, but these bad things happen to me. Well, that's the sympathy drive portion. I'm not sure exactly though how it's related to this thing of I want though.
Isn't when you have issues growing up with your dad, psychologically that makes you later on in life act like this? Isn't that
I mean, it's possible. It's a correlate. It's possible that none of those issues happening on OnlyFans anyway. I don't know. That's why I'm asking you. I'm asking you, is it because you want to do this, or is it because you felt like you were, that's my question.
Well, I started doing it because I wanted to get an apartment and not sleep in my car. And since I already started doing it since then, just keep doing it.
Okay. All right.
Because, if I stop now, it's then they can just fucking find pictures online and still find it, Might as well keep making money off of it.
Yeah, but I mean, it's kind of a vicious trap, though, right?
Until I can figure out.
She can invest into a business with the money she makes right now, and then she can stop forever. But some people don't get blessed.
You know how many women who are former porn stars and on OnlyFans who actually go and invest in a business and are able to bank on that business later. It's almost nuts.
Well, not me though. I have a Roth IRA and all of that, and
factory workers have a Roth IRA.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
Okay.
It doesn't mean that.
But if I'm working minimum wage at a barbershop, I'm not gonna have the extra money to put into a Roth IRA, the max that you.
Yeah, the cosmetologists can make a significant amount of money if they're very good at their job. $200,000-$300,000 a year is not something they can't do. They rent a chair.
Yeah, but that'll take about at least 5 years to start.
Yeah, you have to establish yourself.
And it's better for a Roth IRA to invest early, as much money as you can, as early as you can.
Yeah, I know. But here's the thing: easy money come, easy money go, as they say. That's why most people who win the lottery are broke within a couple of years.
You see it a lot with NFL footballers and NBA basketballers as well. They spend all their money, they acquire a certain lifestyle, and then when the money stops coming, when the gravy train stops, their lifestyle is the same, and then eventually gets to a point where you're just broke.
Yeah, well, I know
but then they're broke with naked pictures of them out there. So it's like, you know what I mean? It never seems like it's a good trade-off.
I mean, I guess I got my nudes leaked when I was like a minor, so like.
Yeah, we'll still clear that topic.
Like,
I understand. Yeah, I understand that, but it's you got to think of it like compound interest, right?
Yeah.
It's like the more you do a thing, the more that thing's going to be out in the ethos. Like, let's say I only did one debate online my entire life, right? Mm-hmm. That's buried in a couple of months. Nobody ever remembers it, right? Nobody's ever going to give a shit again, right? But let's just say now I compound it and I do 1,000 debates in a year. Okay, well now this is something that the internet's going to remember, this type of thing. So it compounds, is what I'm saying. It's like the earlier you stop the behavior, the better it is.